How does it work as children come through the program once they come of age? What do they do? Where do they go from there?
The government has a lot of big orphanages. And again, I said we weren't orphanages, but we'll talk about that in a second. They want them out when they're 18 because you have to make room for more kids. But we don't do that. In most cases, we encourage them to stay there. And there's a reason for that. I was in India one time, and I was talking with a group of kids. I do that a lot. I get a group of kids and talk to them for a few hours until they get comfortable. And then I ask them tough questions, like, what do you think about when you're laying in your bed at night staring up the ceiling? Who do you miss the most? So as the kids grow up, I think a lot of them want to stay in ministry because they're raised in the church. So they're around the church all the time, and they're helping in their community a lot. They distribute food, or they see them going off to hospitals, and then they learn a lot about the Bible because they're there with it every day. And so I think that's probably the main thing that they get into. But a lot of them do the ministry part of it. And then a lot of them have gotten into school. Sometimes as they grow older, they need support to get into a college, but they just, that they could do well. Some of them have become doctors, or we have some that are attorneys, and that they're attorneys for us, by the way.
That's awesome.
It's funny how they develop. There's a place in India, one of the homes in India, the kids started making the game where you throw the bags, cornhole.
Yes.
They started making cornhole things to try and get support for the home, and selling them to neighbors and churches. They sold a lot of them to churches, and they use them. I don't know, they have cornhole tournaments or something, but then they started making up other games that you could do, like we would do in our backyard or something. I call them backyard games. They're making a killing with this business they have.
That is amazing.
Yeah, they're doing real well. We have kids in Cambodia, that 3 of them, they went through a nursing program and went through a birthing program and some other things, and they ended up going to the Cambodian government saying that they needed someplace, an infant's hospital or a toddler hospital. And there's a place on the Mekong River called Krache. And they talked them into building this whole building and putting the whole thing together. And they have surgery centers and stuff in it. And then we were able to find there's some people here that supported getting, miniature scales and little x-ray machines and all that kind of stuff. I never even thought about that until they started doing it. But it is a full functioning children's hospital now, and we still supply medications and food for them, nutritional food supplements that they give to kids who are, have nutritional problems or are starving. But some of the kids have really come up with great ideas. Some of my favorite young people that have come out of this. There's a guy in Kenya by the name of Eddie. He walked into a kinship and they gave him refuge, and he just is so curious. He asks questions all the time, and he's always sending me emails of questions, but pretty soon he wanted to learn leadership. What is leadership?
Wow.
And so we got him an account on Kindle and got him an iPad or something, and he started reading on it, and he's like an expert on leadership and goes to these leadership conferences and everything. And he is now an alumni leader, and alumni being kids who grew up in the homes. And he has alumni coming in learning music and languages, and he's put together a whole alumni center and got it funded. I talk to him once a week or so. He's got about 10 young people that are with him that were also raised in the home. And it's just fun to watch that grow, and how they travel, how big the world is. And he does these things that I wouldn't even think of. He's just wonderful to watch him grow.
That's really incredible to watch as kids come in. They are given a safe space, given the opportunity to heal, to be connected in a family, and to watch the creativity be able to flourish because of that, because of the situation that they're now in a kinship. That must be just an incredible process to watch unfold.
Yeah, and it's pretty gratifying for all of us that have been part of it for so many years to see it. And we all have favorite, I say kids all the time, and they're always saying, we're not kids. They call me Pa Craig. Pa Craig, we're not kids anymore.
Yes.
I'm a doctor.
That's great.
So,
Yeah.
and they're always kidding me about it. They see me interviewed somewhere. They see something about stop calling us
Don't
kids.
call us kids. Yeah, that's great.